How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Wi-Fi battle. Today we have a very special battle. We're going against the Notorious H.I.M. from the Discord server, but not just from there. He has his own YouTube channel as well, and he uploads some really high quality, great battles. You should definitely go check him out. There's a link in the description down below. And this is our last chance of redeeming ourselves with this Mightyena team, because so far we've lost both our battles. Hopefully this one, we turn the tides a bit. But anyway, with that being said, let's jump into the game. And the battle begins. So the Notorious H.I.M. is going to lead off with Garlic Butter, the Lobster, the Crawdaunt over there, as we led off with Kricketune. So this is actually a really good matchup for us. As much as I want to sit there and click sticky webs, this Crawdaunt is a threat, and we definitely have to deal with it as such. So I'm going to go straight for a Bug Bite, and hopefully we can catch this thing off guard. We outspeed it. We're able to KO it with the Bug Bite. Kricketune, no way. Right off the bat, we're getting a KO against the Crawdaunt. Oh my lord, he really underestimated Kricketune there. In comes Magma Mouth, the Heatran. I had no doubt in my mind that was a Heatran. And what a fitting background this is for Heatran, eh? So he looks so at home. It actually looks like he's like a boss or something like that. Pretty awesome. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to go for a Sticky Webs. We're just going to get them rocks up. They're probably going to go for a Stealth Rock anyway. And I'm pretty sure Heatran outspeeds us, so we should, you know, we're going to get rocks up. There we go. So they get the rocks up on our side of the field, which is absolutely fine. We're going to go straight for the Sticky Webs just to get the webs up, really, on their side of the field. We do have a way of getting rid of hazards, of course, in our Tropius. It has Defog. So if the Stealth Rocks become a bit too much of a pain, we'll just get rid of them later. So that's absolutely fine. What we're going to do now is we do have a switch in here. We've got the Vaporeon. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. There's no point KOing Kricketune when we don't need to necessarily. Plus later on down the line, it might be really good. You know, if we can get if we can keep our Focus Sash in check, we could definitely like KO the Rotom, or we could just do some damage to the Claydol, or anything really. The Perish Song will come in handy as well if it comes down to it. Okay, so the Vaporeon is in. We're going to go for a Wish this turn. I'm fully expecting them to either switch out into their own Vaporeon or switch into their Rotom, for example. That seems like the most likely play from my opponent. They are going to withdraw the Heatran, of course, because, I mean, you know, the matchup's there. I'm a Water type, they're a Fire type. They're going to go into their own Vaporeon because that just basically would have eaten up a Scald from me because of the Water Absorb. As we went for the Wish, of course, I just wanted to make sure I've got some health reserves in the back. You know, just because what I made in the mistake in the last battle is I didn't Wish early enough with the Vaporeon. Vaporeon could have really pulled that game back for us, but unfortunately I didn't Wish early enough, so you know, it happens, it happens. So what can you do? What can you do? So what do I do against the Vaporeon? I have nothing for it. Tropius doesn't have a Grass type move, but they don't necessarily know that. We could always just go into Tropius anyway. I'm going to go into Tropius and set up a Leech Seed. I think that's the appropriate play, to be honest with you. We're going to Tropius real quick. Trongury. I just made up that name, by the way. If anyone ever wonders where I get my nicknames from, chances are I've just made up the word. Like Trongury. Well, what's that? What is that? So anyway, this thing is going to get a Wish up, which is fine by me. We're going to get our Wish back by getting our Stealth Rock damage recovered. And this turn, I'm just going to go for a Leech Seed, because I see absolutely no reason not to. They are going to withdraw the Vaporeon, which tells me they don't have Ice Beam, which is really good to know. And they're going to go into Sears, which is the Rotom Mo. Rotom is obviously immune to Leech Seed being a Grass type, so that's kind of something. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go for a Defog now, because I'm fully expecting them to go for a Volt Switch or a Trick right now. They go for a Will-O-Wisp, which is fine. Not too fussed about being burned on Tropius. Tropius doesn't really care about the burn. I mean, it's got Air Slash as its only attacking move for crying out loud. So we'll get rid of the Stealth Rocks for a start. Get rid of those Stealth Rocks for a start, because that is they're just annoying. They're just annoying. And Stealth Rocks are annoying. Unfortunately, those will clear away our Sticky Webs. But with the Crawdaunt out of the way, the only thing we have to worry about with the Sticky Webs is the Pinsir. So I'm not too fussed about that, to be honest with you. As this next turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a Air Slash. Air Slash seems like a really good option. So they're actually going to withdraw their Sears, and they're going to go back into the Heatran. 1,000 Eyes. That's the Claydol. Okay, Claydol comes in then. Claydol's probably going to set up Stealth Rocks again. Let's see how much damage this Air Slash does. Oh, it does nothing. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. Nothing whatsoever. This turn, what we're going to do is we're going to switch out into our Kricketune. Kricketune is a very good one here. Kricketune can set up a Sticky Webs again if we want to. And they're actually going to withdraw their 1,000 Eyes, and they're going to switch out into something else now. The Magma Mouth, obviously trying to bait out the Grass type move from Tropius to see whether we had it, which we don't, unfortunately. As we're going to go back into our Whistler over here. Whoop. And we're going to go ahead and go for a Perish Song. The reason I'm going for Perish Song is because they're going to set up Stealth Rock, so I can't taunt. They're going to outspeed us. They're actually going to go straight for a Lava Plume, which is really interesting. So that's going to be take us right down to our Sash. It's not going to burn us, luckily. As we go for a Perish Song this turn, that for some reason makes a big black square appear on the screen. Not sure why that happens. I'm guessing it's like a censorship thing. Not really, but you know, whatever. This turn, what we're going to do is we're going to actually go for a Sticky Webs, just as a last-ditch effort to get the Sticky Webs up. They might either KO us, or they do KO us, that's fine. Absolutely fine, because this gives us a free switch into whatever we want to go into, and there's no Stealth Rock, so we don't have to worry about that. So Perish count's going to fall to 2. We're going to bring in our Golem. And the thing about Golem here is it's actually a really good matchup because their best switching's probably going to be Claydol. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my Stealth Rocks. Do I set up Stealth Rocks? Yeah, we'll set up Stealth Rocks here because they're definitely going to go into the Claydol or their Rotom. They are going to withdraw, of course. They don't want to get Perish Song and they don't want to get Earthquaked. They're going to go into Sears, which is the Rotom. That to me says I should have gone for a Stone Edge, but getting the Stealth Rocks up is going to be really useful anyway. So that's absolutely fine by me. Go into your Rotom all you want. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and go into our Tropius. Tropius can handle this pretty well. So, we'll go into Tropius real quick, and we'll just go ahead and get all up in there and see what they're going to do. They're going to go straight for a Leaf Storm, which isn't going to do anything to us, of course. We are going to eat that like it's nothing. Let's see what we can do here. So, they're definitely going to switch out, probably into the Claydol, right? They're probably Volt Switch into Claydol, right? So let's go ahead and Leech Seed right now. I don't see any reason not to Leech Seed. They are going to withdraw Sears. The fact that they've withdrawn instead of Volt Switching tells me they're probably choiced. Choiced with Will-O-Wisp. So they're going to go into Thousand Eyes real quick. Thousand Eyes is a really cool nickname, by the way. We are going to miss the Leech Seed, unfortunately. But that gives them an opportunity to go for a Rapid Spin right now. Which also, in turn, gives us an opportunity to switch something in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this opportunity to get Mightyena in. Mightyena is a really good switch here because Crunch is going to hurt anything that they want to bring in. And the idea behind the Mightyena in this instance anyway is to get off as much damage as possible on their team. So seeing this Claydol right here, it's going to Rapid Spin away our Stealth Rocks, which is absolutely fine. We still got Golem at full HP. We're going to go for a Crunch real quick. Crunch will do a lot more damage than Sucker Punch would. And also, we should outspeed this Claydol even with the Rapid Spin, to be honest with you. I don't think they'll stay in anyway because it's a Psychic type. They are going to withdraw the Claydol. What are they going to go into to take this Crunch? Vaporeon. Okay, Vaporeon comes in. Let's see how much damage this Crunch is going to do. Not a lot of damage. Not a lot of damage, to be honest with you. Not as much as I would have liked. But that is Mightyena for you. It is not a very powerful Pokemon. It's alright if you get a KO, like a Revenge Kill later on down the line. It's not too bad. But they're probably going to go for a Scald here, so I'm going to go into my own Vaporeon real quick. Vaporeon seems like a good switch here. So we'll do that real quick. I'm going to guess they're physically defensive by the way they took that attack as well. They're definitely physically defensive, I would say. So I think going into Alakazam is probably a good shout later on down the line. They're probably going to go into Rotom now, though, I would say. I think they go into Rotom to absorb the attack and go for get a Wish recovery back up. In which case, is it better for us to go for a Wish as well? I'm going to go for a Wish as well. I'm going to go for a Wish as well. Because this is the only way we're going to do this. They're going to withdraw their Vaporeon. No problems there. They're going to go into Thousand Eyes. Thousand Eyes can obviously take a hit from us. We're going to go for our Wish real quick. And get our Wish all up in there. They're going to get some recovery, which is great for them. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and go for a Scald. I just want to get some damage off on something. Because this battle's kind of going a bit too slow for my liking, to be honest with you. So we're going to go for a Scald straight away. We're going to start playing some more offensive plays. They get the Stealth Rocks up, which is absolutely fine. Not really fussed about the Stealth Rocks, as we're going to go for a Scald. And that should do a lot of damage. It does do a lot of damage. It does do a lot of damage. We're going to get the burn as well. Crit burn. No. That's a shame. So we didn't get the crit burn. But we did get the crit, which is always nice. So, with that in mind, let's go for an Ice Beam. This time we're expecting the Rotom to come in. They are going to withdraw their Claydol. Are they going to go Rotom? Rotom seems like a good one. Sears comes in. That's great. Absolutely great news for us because it means we get an Ice Beam off on the Rotom, which is perfect. We're going to do it over half, which is just amazing. And this turn, what we're going to do is we're going to go straight into Tropius. I'm not going to mess around with this thing. They are probably going to go for a Volt Switch, so I'm kind of tempted to go into Golem, to be honest with you. But no, it's a bit risky for us to go into Golem. So I'm going to, because Stealth Rocks are up, Sturdy's not there. So it's definitely too risky for us to go into Golem right now. We're going to go into our Tropius right now, and we're going to get a defog off, hopefully. It depends how much damage this thing does. So we're going to get our Sitrus Berry returned to us, which is great news, because it means we're going to take this hit a lot better. As they do go for the Leaf Storm and they miss, doesn't really matter too much, because, I mean, you know, we've got Harvest, which means that if they Leaf Stormed us, it would have just knocked us into Sitrus Berry range, which means we would have been better off if they'd have hit the Leaf Storm. But, you know, it happens. Stuff happens. So let's go for a defog real quick as they do withdraw their Seers. We're making some good progress with this team. So in comes the Heatran. We're going to get a defog off because we don't want Stealth Rocks up on our side of the field. No way, Jose. As this next turn, they are more than likely going to go ahead and switch out. What would they go into, though? No. They're going to go for a Lava Plume or a Stealth Rocks, one of the two. I don't want to lose my Tropius just yet. It's really key for walling that Rotom. So, with that in mind, we go into Vaporeon. Vaporeon is the ultimate switch here. Vaporeon is the ultimate switch. So we'll go Vaporeon real quick. There we go. Into Vaporeon. As they go for a Stealth Rocks, which is unfortunate, but, you know, what are you going to do? We can get a Heatran, we can get Tropius in later, and get a nice and powerful defog off if we want to. So this turn I'm going to go for a Scold. I'm just fully expecting them to go into Vaporeon, but it's fine. I don't really mind the Vaporeon coming in. There's a Vaporeon. Because the thing about the Vaporeons is they can't touch each other. And, like, I am going to just go ahead and recover his health with a Water Absorb, which is absolutely fine. But it doesn't matter to me too much. What matters to me is getting the Tropius in to get the defog off. However, we're going to struggle to do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go for a Wish first. And I'm going to try and get a Wish into there. So they actually go for a Protect, which is really neat for us. As we go for the Wish. I'm guessing they're going for the Protect Scout, see if we've got Toxic or something like that. But we don't actually have Toxic, so we're good to go. Now we're going to go into Tropius, and hopefully we can get a Wish recovery onto Tropius. That'd be absolutely amazing. So let's go into Tropius real quick. Like so. There we go. In comes the Tropius, as they now have they have room to go for whatever they want, really. They could go for a Scald, they could go for an Ice Beam. Hopefully not the Ice Beam. I'd rather not see the Ice Beam, to be honest with you. As they do go for the Ice Beam. Can that not KO for me? No, it does KO. That's kind of lame. So, unfortunately, we do have Stealth Rocks here to stay, which is really frustrating. But what can you do? I'll tell you what we can do. We can go into Alakazam. Now, I haven't changed Alakazam yet. Alakazam, I figured we've got one more battle. May as well not change it. Screw it. So, I'm going to go straight for the Sidekick. I see absolutely no reason not to. They probably go into Heatran here. If they go into Heatran, then we're just going to get some chip damage off, which would be nice. They do go into Magma Mouth, the Heatran. Let's see how much damage this Psychic does, and then we'll determine whether we go for a Focus Blast the next turn. Oh, that's tempting, you know. That's really tempting to go for a Focus Blast, because that Psychic did a decent chunk of damage. And because they're not Magma Storm, I'm really tempted to go for a Focus Blast, and hope it's not a Focus Miss, really. We don't really have a good switching other than Vaporeon. I'm just going to go Vaporeon. Just going to go back to Vaporeon. Screw it. Why not? Why not, buddy? Why not, buddy? We're going to Vaporeon real quick. There we go. And we'll see what they're going to do. Hopefully they go for a Lava Plume. Yeah, Lava Plume straight away. That's not going to do any damage to us, unfortunately, for them. We are a Vaporeon after all. So what's left for them is they have their own Vaporeon. Now, I'm not really sure what this Heatran wants to do. All I know is I kind of want to Scold it in the face. Because we're going to get... The way this plays out is if every time they bring in their Vaporeon, we get a free switch into Alakazam pretty much. And when we get a free switch into Alakazam, we get a free Psychic off, which does chip damage. And eventually this Heatran's going to get to the point where it can't take a Focus Blast. So let's see what they do here. Are they going to go into Rotom? 1,000 Eyes. They went into 1,000 Eyes. They sacked it off. That's good for us. So down goes the Cradle. I didn't anticipate that happening, but you know, I'll take it. It gives them a free switch into my Vaporeon though, and the Vaporeon is something that my opponent's struggling to take out right now because they do kind of need Rotom to do that. And we are kind of walling Rotom right now. Is Sears. Okay, Sears comes in. This thing is difficult to do. I think they go for a Leaf Storm because nothing on my team wants to take a Leaf Storm anymore now that Tropius is gone. So we kind of have to stay in and go for an Ice Beam and hope that we can live. I'm pretty sure we can live one. If it's not Choice Specs, it's Choice Specs. It's got to be Choice Specs, hasn't it? That's got to be Choice Specs, right? Right? Got to be, right? Got to be Choice Specs. Absolutely has to be. Has to be. So with that in mind, let's go into our... Do we go into our Mightyena and go for a Crunch again? Or do we not? No, we're going to Alakazam. Alakazam is 100% the shout. It's 100% the shout. So we'll go ahead and go for a Psychic real quick. Again, if they bring in the Heatran, which they probably have to, we should be able to get that thing low enough to where Focus Blast will KO. And it'll come down to whether or not Focus Blast will hit or not. Once again, there we go. They're going to let the Rotom go down because now that the Vaporeon's gone, they no longer need it, really. So down goes the Rotom. That gives them a free switch into their Heatran, which we're going to have to deal with somehow. In comes Stag. Now, the Stag Beetle is a problem. That is a real problem right there. So what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to go and sack off Mightyena. Because we don't want Alakazam to go down. That's for sure. And this thing's probably got Moxie, which is really annoying for us. Really annoying for us. So they are going to go for a Earthquake, which is fine and dandy. We're actually going to live that, which is great. And we're going to be able to go for a Sucker Punch this next turn to get some damage off on this thing. That is going to be wonderful. Getting the Sucker Punch damage off is going to be great. They are going to withdraw Stag, though. And they're going to go into Vaporeon. So they're Choice Scarf. They're Choice Scarf. They're 100% choiced. They've got to be choiced. They're not Choice Banned because otherwise Earthquake would have KO'd us. And they're not Choice Scarfed. They have to be Choice Scarfed. Yeah, they have to be Choice Scarfed. Otherwise, they didn't want to get any Sucker Punch damage, basically. So we're going to go for a Crunch real quick, which is going to take us out because of the Life Orb. As now the Vaporeon is going to go straight for a Scald. So that is great for us. The Vaporeon going for the Scald is great news. The only problem I've got now is how are we going to beat this Vaporeon? How do we do this? How do we do this? I think we have to go into our Houdini. We have to go into Houdini. And we're going to go straight for a Psychic. We're just going to get some damage off on this Vaporeon. That's all I can think to do. Get some damage off. They're going to go straight for a Protect, which is absolutely fine. This is going to tell them what move we're going to go for. Obviously, you know, they know we haven't got an Energy Ball now. Otherwise, we would have gone for an Energy Ball. Psychic is our best stab. Unfortunately, the time is about to run out as well. What the hell? This was getting into such a good battle. This is so close. They're going to withdraw the Vaporeon now, and they're going to go into probably Heatran, I would say. Magma Mouth. That's the Heatran. Alright, so Heatran comes in. We're going to go straight for the Psychic. That's going to do some decent damage to it. Takes it down to half, which is perfect. Which tells me that Focus Blast will finish it off. So we've got to try and go for the Focus Blast right now. Got to go for the Focus Blast right now. Basically have to go for a Focus Blast. So we'll go for it and hope for the best. We do hit the Focus Blast, which is perfect. Finally, Alakazam has put its spectacles on. We're able to take out the Heatran. That is going to be the game then, alright? It's not going to be the game. So, time for some Fairy Mons, because we're not going to have time to finish this game. We've got Alakazam in, and we've got Golem in the back. They go into the Stag Beetle. The Stag Beetle is Choice Scarf, we know that. We go into Golem right now. We're able to go for a free Stone Edge on this thing. So let's go into Golem, and let's see what kind of damage this thing was doing to us. Let's see what kind of damage they were doing to us. They go for an Earthquake. Is that going to take us down to Custap Berry? It doesn't. That's a shame. That's a real shame. So, with that in mind, let me know who you think is going to win. Let me know who you think would win that battle, because I'm not sure. That was going to come really close. I'm really not sure, to be honest with you. I don't know whether Golem could have taken another Earthquake there. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. It wasn't in Custap Berry range. I might have taken one more Earthquake. Might have done. And then it would have been put in Custap Berry range. So we could have gone for the Stone Edge on the Pinsir, taken an Earthquake. And then when the Vaporeon goes in, go for a Custap Berry Explosion, get some damage off, bring Alakazam in and finish it off. The alternative is that Pinsir finishes us off with an Earthquake and then proceeds to finish off Alakazam because he gets a Moxie boost from the killing the Golem. So, I don't know. Let me know. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.